created to give. The life-changing power of Acts 20:35. Paul's words in Acts 20:35 hit like a hammer and a chisel, shaping our understanding of purpose and knocking away the excess stone of self-centered living. It is more blessed to give than to receive. That's not just a spiritual fortune cookie. It's the closing note of a leader's farewell, a man heading into danger, reflecting on the way he's lived, and passing the torch to those who will carry the mission forward. Historically, Paul is standing on the shore with leaders who love him, knowing this may be the last time they see his face. He doesn't spend his final moments talking about survival or self-preservation. Instead, he points to his own calloused hands and says, "This is how you live, by giving yourself away." That's not just theology, it's leadership. And it's the model for anyone serious about building a life or a business that matters. The inverted ladder. The business world loves ladders. Climb them, scale them, dominate them. But Jesus and Paul, who followed him, flipped the ladder upside down. The higher you go, the more people you lift, not the more power you grab. In this upside-down kingdom, blessing doesn't come from being at the top looking down. It comes from kneeling at the bottom, looking up, and serving the people above you. Paul's statement isn't about charity in the spare moments. It's about structuring your life, so giving isn't an afterthought. It's the blueprint. That means your calendar reflects the generosity of time, your budget reflects the generosity of resources, and your leadership reflects the generosity of opportunity. If you're building a company, ask yourself, are you building an empire for your name or a platform for others to thrive? One will fade when you're gone. The other will outlast you. The currency of blessing. When Paul says blessed, he's using a word that means more than happy or lucky. It's a deep, soul-level joy that can't be manufactured by circumstances. Think of it as a currency that only grows in circulation. The more you give it away, through service, encouragement, mentorship, or resources, the richer you become. In business terms, it's like a network effect. The value of the whole grows exponentially as each person contributes to the ecosystem. But here's the tension. Giving doesn't come naturally when the world trains you to protect, to hoard, to guard your advantage. This is where Acts 20:35 becomes both a mirror and a map. It shows us the truth about ourselves and gives us the route to change. The open-handed life. There's a pattern throughout Scripture. God blesses people so they can bless others. Abraham was blessed to be a blessing. The early church pooled resources so no one went without. This is the same call. Open hands, not clenched fists. Professionally, this means seeing your skills, influence, and platforms as tools for the common good. Maybe you could give your time to mentor a younger leader. Maybe you use your position to advocate for those without a voice in the room. Maybe you intentionally create opportunities for others to shine, even when it costs you the spotlight. In your personal life, it means viewing interruptions not as frustrations, but as divine appointments. That coworker who needs advice, the neighbor who needs a hand, the friend who needs a listening ear. Each moment is an opportunity to live out the words of Jesus. The leadership mirror. Paul's charge in Acts 20 isn't comfortable because it's not meant to be. It forces us to look into the leadership mirror and ask, am I a taker or a giver? And if I'm honest, where in my life or business do I still hoard what God has entrusted to me? The truth is, giving doesn't always feel like a blessing in the moment. Sometimes it feels like a loss. But over time, it shapes you into someone who leads with character, attracts loyalty, and leaves a legacy worth remembering. In God's economy, nothing you give in love is wasted. Final thoughts. So here's where you step off the page and into practice. Audit your week. Where did you pour into others? Where did you hold back? Identify one area in your work where you can be radically generous, whether that's credit, time, money, or opportunity. Set a relational goal. 3 people you will intentionally encourage, mentor, or serve this month. Acts 20:35 isn't just a verse to quote. It's a rhythm to live. In life and business, your impact will be measured not by how much you've amassed, but by how much you've released into the lives of others. And here's the paradox. The more you give, the more you truly have.